Hello, welcome to the art history discussion of a philosopher lecturing on the Orrery. The artist for this piece is Jacob Wright of Derby, and this is his name right here. And the historical period that we're looking at here is the Enlightenment period. The materials and techniques. This is an oil on canvas piece, and it's using chiaroscuro method, and it shows true personalities in each of these figures here. And you can see how they look very much alive and like real people. The intended purpose for this piece, this is capturing a philosophical shift away from traditional religious models of the universe towards an empirical scientific approach. So, an empirical approach, this is an approach that is based off of data that can be observed. And prior to using empirical approaches, a lot of what we knew about the world, our understanding of the world as human beings, were things that were derived from religious models. But what we can see in front of the figures here is they're all gazing down into this object, which is called an orrery. An orrery is basically like a miniature planetarium. It's a model of the solar system. And in this one here, it looks as if this philosopher is teaching, which is what lecturing means, these younger men about the universe based off of the empirical data and observations that were made from people before him. And so what we're seeing now is a shift away from religion as being the guide for the way the world works towards this scientific approach. And if you recall from when we learned about the School of Athens by Raphael, this actually used to be the sciences, philosophy, all of that used to actually be very closely connected to religion. And this painting itself was funded by the Pope, the Catholic Pope at the time. But as time grew on in this historical period, in the Enlightenment, we start to see a shift towards this empirical data. And in many cases, this actually disproves some of or conflicts with some of the things that are posed, some of the information that's posed in some of these religious texts. So there were a lot of there was a lot of controversy at the time, and there still is occasionally controversy that is brought up about some things as simple as whether the earth is round or flat. And occasionally, too, we hear things about whether the earth is the center of the universe or if the sun is the center of the our solar system. It really is interesting how there's still this conflict between religion and the sciences, and how the the flexible nature of the sciences can also sometimes cause some people to be a little bit confused about these different concepts. So in this work of art, we're seeing a documentation of this shift, of these ideas being taught to the younger and generations. And it's not unlike something that you would see in schools today. So hopefully you learned something, and I hope that you enjoyed. Thank you for listening.